Today's video guys, try ko i-open ng mga wait, check lang natin. What is inside of this book?
Anatomy?
Oh, ano naman. Ba't ang bigat-bigat niya? Section what?
Si Ma'am Sophia.
Sino si Ma'am Sophia?
Yung sa Anafi natin, lecture.
Sophia pala pa niya. Score, activity 1.
Na may mic person.
Compound microscope, medicine dropper, glass slide cover tips. Small letter cut out from an old newspaper. Small letter cut out? Small letter cut out from a...
Letter lang.
Letter lang siya. Sounds... Identify the exam. Wala ba man tayo dito?
Pero ano to?
Ano siya? Ano ba yan? Fine.
No.
Arm? Ano?
Yeah, arm.
Arm siya.
Ito.
Eyepiece lens in the tube. Ano yung tube? Eyepiece lens, tube. Ano yan? The nose piece, revolver.
Ito yung nose piece revolver.
Tapos, ito
Ito yung magnification.
magnification.
Objectives and magnification. Ito.
Ano siya? Ano yan? Yung
Yung panghawak ng yung panghawak ng specimen.
mirror ba yan?
Hindi.
Condenser. Ano?
Stage clip.
Stage with stage clips. Ano yan?
Stage clips to. Tapos ito. Stage. Huwag muna.
Batman.
Huwag muna natin.
Oh, kung wala sinabi no?
Oo. At least alam natin yung
Use of the microscope.
letter as in.
LPO, HPO.
Tag HP, look. HPO. I-multiply lang ata yun. 5x multiplied by the objective magnification. Yun na yung total magnification.
So, 5 times 10 parang 50 ganun.
Oh. 430. Ano ba to? 45? Ewan ko.
I-divide the H.
220 divided by ilan yun? 5? 50?
Oh.
5 pala. 44.
TVT siya. Oh, ang dami. Ano yung dito? What do you see between the bodies of the vertebrae? Yes. Ba't ang dami itong answer? Kasi answer to until baka second sem. Ay, hindi. Kailangan first sem lang.
Oh no. Bakit nasa ano na tayo?
Urinary
Ay,
system.
hindi. Human body na tayo. Nasa anatomical position.
Wala, ba't pa tayo? Madami man talaga activity. Tapos puro tayo wala klase sa ano.
Ang dami yata natin gagawin next
Oo.
meeting. Ay, pero mag-redox pa tayo.
Oh,
Alam mo na yun? Nagets mo na yun?
Saan mag-redox?
Chemical balancing. Chemical
Doon sa
reaction.
lab?
Acids.
Or
Yeah.
assignment lang?
Magbigay pa ba si ma'am
Wednesday kasi, sabi ni ma'am,
Laboratory na.
Mag-prepare, Tuesday, Monday, wala klase. Sabi niya sa, sino ba nag-hold? Basta group 4, di ba yun? By Tuesday daw, magpa-check niya. Pero like, masyadong, dapat kasi may gap yan.
Baka hindi. Baka mag-check pa lang siya laboratory kit sa...
I don't know. Oh, mag-check talaga yan siya laboratory kits. Magpahiram na daw lab gown. Kasi lahat dapat may lab gown. So, i-check daw kung lahat may lab gown na.
Hiram ka na?
Redox reaction. Mag-redox na ba tayo sa, sa lab?
Hindi ata na.
Sabi ni ma'am, prepare na lang daw sa sa lab, Kasi wala akong nag-aral dun.
Wala nga ako.
Parang ayaw kasi.
Hello.
Hi.
Communicate in English easily. Use Grammarly and feel confident with it. In this video, we're going to focus on balance and redox reactions. So first we'll work on just simple reactions.
Tapos yan, marami tayo dito.
Then we're going to work on balance and redox reactions.
Hindi pa kami
Basta
nakasama.
onion mitosis whatsoever.
So let's begin. Now the first thing we want to do is separate the reaction into two half reactions. So let's start with zinc.
Di man masyadong clear yung instruction ni
The zinc 2
Ma'am
plus
Char.
Now, the first thing we want to do is we want to balance the atoms. So the zinc atoms are balanced. We have one zinc atom on the left side and one zinc atom on the right. Once all the atoms are balanced, the next thing we want to do is balance the charges. We have no charge on the left, but a +2 charge on the right side. So we gotta add 2 electrons to
Pili ko
balance.
mag...
You always want to add the electrons to the side of the higher charge. So this half reaction is balanced. By the way, this half reaction is known as oxidation. Whenever you have electrons on the right side, electrons are lost. Zinc gave away electrons.
Yung
It's
dyan,
oxidation.
may... Ano yung pinagsabi nila na walang charge? Yung overall?
Now let's look at the other half reaction.
Kahit yung sa
We have
balance
Ag+,
chemical formula, wala din
converted
charge.
into Ag.
Yung sa
So we
assignment
have
pa.
a +1 charge on the left, 0 on the right.
Ah! Wala ata redox doon sa assignment. Parang,
Oo, wala.
saan ba yun?
You just get everything.
God.
Kasi sabi na mag, basta, search how to determine the oxidation number of compounded ion.
So, oxidation number, no? Yung
Oo,
oxidation
wala.
nasa periodic table naman ta.
Oo.
Like, anong group?
Kasi yung handout na binigay ni ma'am, kasi yung sa mga tutorials kasi may oxidation number na.
Oh.
Tapos kapag yung sa wala eh. One week na sa bag ko. Parang,
Ala, convert the following worded equations to the correct chemical equations then balance by balance by inspection?
balance by inspection.
Ay, tangina, meron palang redox.
May redox. Mga ilang items? Lahat na yun?
Tatlo.
Tatlo.
Here, the first two equations are to be accomplished with the help of the instructor. Na, paano man? Hindi man tayo sinabi yung
Oo,
Di ba may minus yun?
Oo.
Potassium, dichromate plus hydrochloric acid.
Sumaday?
Gusto ko man ako. May ano dito yung balance chemical equation by discussion. Wait lang. Parang naman guguluhan pa din ako doon sa oxidation.
Nahokin.
Bakit go?
Kids need help to catch up on iron growth. Give them Lupulus and Begin from Lion Nutrition, the only formula with growth plus advantage.
Gets ko na yung sa ano.
Iron growth is
Balance ng chemical equation. Madali lang mo ito. Pero yung sa inspection.
Iya, mo daw. Tignan mo kung anong idea nila. Oh.
We're gonna go over oxidation numbers. How to find
Na pag mag ano lang tayo sa AI, hindi natin
if
parang
Yun
ano
lang.
magpa
the element is zinc.
Maya
The
na, pag mag-gets
oxidation
natin,
of zinc.
try natin tapos
Now, the
i-compare
first
natin
rule
sa
that you need
AI.
to know is that the oxidation state of any pure element is always zero. So the oxidation state of oxygen gas as a pure element is zero. Fluorine gas as a pure element is zero. Even phosphorus as a pure element is zero. So if there's no charges and it's only one pure element, it's not a compound, the oxidation state will always be zero. So that's the first rule we need to keep in mind. Now the second thing is the oxidation state of ions. The oxidation state of the zinc 2 plus ion is basically the charge of what you see here. It's positive 2. The oxidation state of the Fe plus 3 ion is simply positive 3. Now sometimes you might have diatomic ions. For example, the mercury 2 plus ion. Individually, each mercury ion has an oxidation state of 1 because there's 2 of them. So you need to write an equation. 2 mercury atoms has a net charge of positive 2. So if you divide both sides by 2, you can get the individual oxidation state of each mercury particle, which is plus 1. So here's another example. This is the peroxide atom. To find the oxidation state of each oxygen atom in this ion, you can write an equation as 2 oxygen atoms with a total charge of -2. So individually, each oxygen atom has a charge of -1. So that's the oxidation state of
Bakit negative 1?
oxygen individually in the peroxide atom.
Kung paano ba?
Eh,
This is the superoxide atom. So if you want to find the oxidation state, you need to divide the total charge by 2. So each oxygen atom has a net charge of -1/2. So 2 of them combined have a net charge of -1. So keep this in mind. Anytime you have a pure element,
0.
the oxidation state will always be 0. And if you have an ion, let's say if it's a monatomic ion, the oxidation state is the same as that element.
Okay. Dapat gets natin yung ano, foundation. Kasi yung, uy, na. Ang layo pa nga natin sa lecture. Tapos, Thursday may quiz.
After Orson.
After Orsam or sa Orsam?
Sa Orson siya. Pero after sa Orson.
Ay, 7 p.m.
Kung 7 p.m. man. Oo, mga 5:30. Sa pub.
Ay! Sir. Char, galing na nga sa 5 days. Atomic ion?
So keep this in mind. Anytime you have a pure element, the oxidation state will always be 0.
Pure element. Because, yeah.
And if you have an ion, let's say if it's a monatomic ion, the oxidation state is the same as that element. Now let's talk about compounds. Whenever you have fluorine inside a not pure. Fluorine is always going to have a negative one oxidation state. Fluorine is the most electronegative element. When oxygen is in a compound, it's going to have a negative
It's not even
oxidation
sure
state.
Nagtatapos ko pala yun. And used it.
Saan mo nilagay? Tapos sila naglagay ng ano? Sila naglagay ng ano? Yung rope. Kaya nag... Wow.
Unless it's bonded to fluorine, or unless you hit any peroxide or superoxide. When you hit any peroxide, oxygen has a negative one oxidation state. If you hear the word superoxide, it has a negative 1/2 oxidation state. If you hear the word oxide, then the oxidation state is -2, which is 99% of the time. Now hydrogen will have an oxidation state of +1 when bonded to a non-metal. When bonded to a metal, hydrogen will have an oxidation state of -1. And really the key is electronegativity. Hydrogen is more electronegative than most metals. That's why it carries a negative charge. But hydrogen is usually less electronegative than most nonmetals. And so that's why it bears a positive charge. So typically the element that's more electronegative is the one that usually carries.
Let's say rin nag-breakfast ka rin mga 8. Anong lunchtime
Now
mo?
let's look at some examples.
12 ata.
What is the oxidation state of
Ina-exact mo lang talaga sa, ano, sa time.
4 hours kasi yung interval.
By the way, most halogens are usually -1.
Pero
Fluorine
depende.
typically has a -1 charge like fluorine. If we write an equation, Mg plus 2Cl, this will compound as neutral, so therefore the total charge is 0. Now, if chlorine has a -1 oxidation state, that means magnesium has to have a +2 oxidation state. Literally so. And it makes sense. Magnesium is an alkaline earth element, which typically has a +2 charge.
Come on! What is this nonsense? Guys, I need some help. I'm lagging like crazy. Are there any other better emulators? I don't want to get...
Go ahead and find the oxidation states of aluminum and fluorine in this example. Well, we know that fluorine is -1 in a compound always. And aluminum, based on where it's located in the periodic table, is typically +3 within an ionic compound. And you can solve it to Al plus 3F should add up to 0, because the net charge is 0. So each fluorine atom has an oxidation state of -1. So now we get an add 3 to both sides. So aluminum has an oxidation state of +3. Here's another example. Find the oxidation state of vanadium and oxygen in this type. So this is called vanadium oxide. So whenever you hear the word oxide, oxygen has a -2 charge. So we got 2 vanadium atoms plus 5 oxygen atoms with a net charge of 0. So each oxygen atom has an oxidation state of -2. 5 times -2 is -10.
Nag-send ba
That's
kayong
the
pictures?
result to V is equal to
Lecture natin sa Anapi?
X. Divide both sides by
Pero
2.
nag-send yun si Chloe, no?
So
Eh,
it's
sa ano si or... Ah, oo.
So the oxidation state of vanadium is positive 5. Now let's go over some examples containing polyatomic ions. Consider sulfur. What is the oxidation state of sulfur and sulfur? We know oxygen is usually -2. So let's write an equation. Sulfur plus 4 oxygen atoms has a net charge of -2. So each oxygen atom has an oxidation state of -2. And 4 times -2, that's -8. That just means to add 8 to both sides. -2 plus 8 is positive 6. So this is the oxidation state of sulfur and sulfur. Let's look at another example. Phosphate. Go ahead and find the oxidation state of phosphorus and phosphate. So once again, the oxygen is still -2. So we got a phosphorus atom plus 4 oxygen atoms, and then that charge is -3 based on C. So it's going to be P plus 4 times -2. And 4 times -2 is -8. And then add 8 to both sides. So
5.
-3 plus 8.
Positive 5 yung ulo.
That's going to be positive 5. And that's the oxidation state of phosphorus. Let's look at another example. Let's try nitrogen. And also chlorine, that's perchlorate. Go ahead and find the oxidation state of nitrogen and chlorine in these two polyatomic ions. So we have nitrogen, 3 oxygen atoms. That's going to equal that charge of the -1.
For the whole day ba,
So
nag-uupo ka lang?
3 times -2.
Higa.
It's going to be -6. And
Hindi ka nagalakad-lakad.
Yeah, 6 both sides. That's going to be positive 5.
Pero wala naman siya negative
So
impact.
that's the oxidation state of
You
nitrogen.
don't know.
And for chlorine and perchlorate, it's going to be C now. Plus 4 oxygens equals a net charge of -1. So this is going to be 4 times -2, which is -8. Then -1 plus 8. That's going to give us an oxidation state of positive 7. So now you know how to find the oxidation states of elements.
Hindi man siya masend.
To the polyatomic ions. Now I want you to understand the concept of electronegativity and how it relates to oxidation levels. Electronegativity increases towards fluorine on the periodic table. So as you go up to the right, the electronegativity increases. So let me give you some values of the common elements. So let's say hydrogen is somewhere over there. Then we have water, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, phosphorus, and so on. Hydrogen has an electronegativity value of 2.1. For boron, it's 2.0. Carbon is 2.5. 3.0, 3.5. Fluorine is the highest, it's 4.0. Phosphorus is 2.0, it's the same as hydrogen. Sulfur is 2.5. Chlorine is 3.0. And this is 2.8. Iodine is 2.5. So keep these values in mind. So here's a question for you. What is the oxidation state of oxygen and fluorine in oxygen difluorine? Now oxygen has an electronegativity
Maka-forward ka
value of
message,
3.5.
guys.
Forward message.
I-forward mo lang ito sa...
So which one is
Science
more
message.
electronegative?
Ano ba yung naging sila?
Electronegativity is the ability of an atom to attract
Ay, let's see. Kasi kanina wala man yung
So
ano.
fluorine
Wait lang.
is the one side.
Wait lang.
One electron in its molecule is that much stronger than oxygen. So fluorine is going to acquire a partial negative charge, whereas oxygen is therefore going to acquire a partial positive charge because fluorine pulls on electrons stronger than oxygen. So in this example, oxygen will not have its typical charge of -2. The only time oxygen will have its oxidation state of -2 is if it's the most electronegative element in that compound. If it's not, then it's going to have a positive oxidation state. Keep in mind, anytime fluorine is in a compound, it has an oxidation state of -1. And the reason for that
Wait lang, yung next forward.
fluorine is the most electronegative element on the periodic table. So now
Hindi siya
we can solve
nag-forward.
for oxygen. So O plus 2F should have a net charge of 0. This is no number here. So fluorine is -1. 2 times -1 is -2. So if we add 2 to both sides, oxygen is going to equal +2, which makes sense.
My name is
Because
Buday.
it's partially positive.
Waiting for that word.
Now let's look at
Dati
two other
hindi
examples,
ko na
hydrochloric acid
makapag-forward.
and sodium hydrochloride. Fluorine has an electronegativity value of 3.0. Hydrogen is 2.1. And sodium is like 1 point something. I'm not sure what the exact number is. It could be like 1.5, 1.7. But I know it's less than 2. So in this example, hydrogen bears a partial positive charge. Fluorine bears a negative charge. Because chlorine is more electronegative than hydrogen. So therefore, fluorine is going to have its oxidation state -1, which is typical of most electrons. Hydrogen is going to have an oxidation state of +1. As you mentioned before, whenever hydrogen is going to a nonmetal, the oxidation state is usually positive. Now what about in sodium hydrochloride? Well, we know that sodium is an alkaline element, which always have a positive 1 charge. So therefore sodium is going to have an oxidation state of +1. But hydrogen has an oxidation state of -1. Typically when hydrogen is going to a metal, it usually has a -1 oxidation state. And it makes sense because hydrogen is more electronegative than most metals. So it usually bears the partial negative charge. That's why it has a negative oxidation state. Sodium has the positive charge, so it has a positive oxidation state. And so you can use an electronegativity to help you determine what the oxidation state is.
In construction, it's important that we can use our tools on the go. Adobe Acrobat gives me the power to quickly edit text and add freehand markups into our PDFs, all from my tablet.
May ano?
Wala pa. Tapos yung sa dito, parang dalawa lang yung gano'n, no? Yung dulo. Hindi pa sa time.
Hindi. Tapos na.
So let me give you
Nandun
another
na?
example.
Oh, nandun na.
pH string.
Hindi ko lang maano makita.
What is the oxidation state of boron and hydrogen? Feel free to try that. Now, hydrogen has an electronegativity value of 2.1, and boron is 2.0. Now, is boron a metal or not? In this example, hydrogen is more electronegative. So hydrogen bears the partial negative charge, and boron bears the partial positive charge. So therefore, hydrogen is going to have its oxidation state of -1 because it's more electronegative than boron. So this is going to be B plus 3H, which is equal to 0. So 3 times -1 is -3. So boron is going to have an oxidation state of +3 in this example. Now let's consider these two examples. Sulfuric acid, or rather hydrosulfuric acid, and also sulfur dioxide. has an EN value of 2. Sulfur is 2.5. And oxygen is 3.5. So in sulfur house, oxygen has the partial negative charge, sulfur has the partial positive charge. Now in H2S, hydrogen has the partial positive charge, sulfur has the partial negative charge. Now if you're at a table, when you have elements like nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine, typically nitrogen has a negative 3 charge, oxygen -2, fluorine -1. Sulfur too. Sulfur usually has a negative 2 charge if sulfur is the more electronegative. So looking at H2S, hydrogen is bonded to a non-atom that is more electronegative. So hydrogen is going to have a positive one oxidation state, and there's 2 of them. So sulfur in this example has its normal oxidation state of 2. So you can base your answer on the periodic table if sulfur is the more electronegative element. Now in SO2 you can't do that because sulfur doesn't have the partial negative charge, so you can't base the charge on the periodic table. You can do similar for oxygen because oxygen is the electronegative element in that category. So you can use the negative 2 charge for oxygen. So oxygen is going to have an oxidation state of -2. And to find for sulfur, it's going to be S plus 2 oxygen times -2. So that's 2 times -2, which is -4. So sulfur is going to have a positive oxidation state of 4 due to positive partial charge. So elements that are less electronegative,
Hindi, pag short din natin dahil ito na memorize natin.
the ones that are
Mga
more
LED.
electronegative, you can find a charge based on the periodic table if they carry negative charge. Now, next one is
Hindi yun wholesome. Kung sa isang day ng review mo, wholesome sa wholesome ang isang college. Ay review mo.
each element.
Wholesome sa isang college. Yung sinabi ni Ma'am Gail.
Hydrogen has EN value of 2.1.
Behavior is an essential design. DFC or Bandura.
Its normal charge is
Bloom under sun, psychomotor. Pili ko pupunuin mo talaga ito lahat ng mangat eh.
Oo. So, pupunta talaga to.
Ang galing. Ako hindi. I don't know how I do it.
typically hydrogen's bonded to an element is usually +1,
Hindi.
which means N has the negative. So as you can see, nitrogen is the electronegative element.
Ayun, baka habang ka nagiging nagtitingin ka sa mga review mo.
Periodic charge.
Maka-overwhelm man yun ka.
So hard.
Pero, that's good.
Yes. Naglalike ka ba sa mga page ng ano? Wala ba? Sige yan. Empty na yung ano ko.
Hindi ako nag-Facebook dahil.
Hindi ka nag-say Facebook.
Hindi. Minsan lang. Pero
Ah,
Messenger ang gamit ko.
Messenger na. Ano? English ko nag-Facebook. Hindi lang sa Facebook. Sa lahat. Sa TikTok. Sa
Depende.
sa mga social media na wala masyadong tao. Oh. Mga bagong social media din yan.
Kaya ang dami kong chismis na ang dami. May ano ba pala? May nag-asawa na.
Ako nakikita ko lang. Nagkasal naman yung mga classmate ko. Yes, no, kasi nga, mga 5 na yung nakakasal. No! Kasi, what? 3 months married with you. 8 months, ano? Sa school ka, wala ka Facebook. Sa school, ba? Sa school ka lang ba nag-social media mga Instagram? Bulitin ka ng Instagram.
Ano din? Nag-scroll din. Pag boring. Depende. Sa mood.
O di araw ako nag-scoring. Tapos kung Tennis Fox, screenshot ko yan.
West Philippine Sea.
Oo. Puro.
Yung yung nalaman yung yung nagbanggaan yung
Oo.
vessel.
Tapos 2 minutes ago lang yun. Ganun, oo, 2 minutes ago lang yun nagbalita. Ganun ako ka-updated. So pag by next day, trending na talaga yun. Pero sa net din, lalabas din kung sino yung first Miss Universe. O ngayon, nag-review yung ate ko, hindi lang sa normal information na dito. Although, yung BEd kasi natin, science, math, whatsoever. Tapos lagi mo yung set nyo lahat, mga mape. So parang stressful na.
Sa atin, nag-focus ako.
Pero yung exam nila, isa lang talaga. Sa atin, exam nila tatlo. Kasi iba ko sa major. Okay, may dyan, total whatsoever. Then major. Then yan, combine na yung mga pasa.
So, pang tatlo ba?
May
For
tatlo ko.
test?
Oo. For board exam. Ha? Kasi majorship tayo. So, yun. Pero karamihan na, nagiging mababa sila dahil sa majorship nila. Kasi yung gen ed nila nga, pero yung sa majorship, yun na
Four. Diba? 5 plus 3 is two pages lang pala, pero makamatay.
What's in there? 21 na? 21 or 20?
Hello, how do we balance this?
Magba.
May phosphorus, pero dito wala. Baka dito.
Ano? Ayun na, hindi. Pero pick kasi nila di dyan eh.
Maybe we'll add degree. Baka. Skip lang ako.
Wala Bukas, anong gagawin mo? Dito ka lang sa bahay, hindi ka, for 5 days, may plano kang lalabas. So, dito ka lang for 5 days. Anong pangalan sa anatomy physiology? Nanjing?
Ah! Huwag muna.
Dali ka na.
Huwag mo muna ilagay yung pangalan na yan.
Oo.
Ilagay dito.
Ay, Tuesday. Tuesday, may exam natin, kaya sa ano lang. Use natin, ano
Tuesday?
Oo.
Next? Oo. Ay, sa Earth Science Day.
Mag-ano pa si
Pagkatapos ng report ni...
Pero wala man siya nag-repeat. Hindi tayo. Yun. Very good student practice guys. Yung students.
May tubig ko, no?
Feeling ko within this 5 days, gagawin lang ang PPT. Certain episodes.
Wait lang, may message. Nandun na natin. Parang motion. So ngayon natin astronomy.
So kung mag-upo-upo ka lang din, hindi mo na ano yung time.
Solar system, solar system.
Solar system, Big Bang start. Yun.
So, Milky Way. So, pati na yung mga planet.
Mm-mm.
Organic matter. Ito. Ay, oo, astronomy.
Oh, the left side of the sun. Star.
Tapos, galaxy.
Hilo mo na ko. Kasi hindi masyado madaming movement ko.
Andito na ako, steady state. May non-scientific thought.
Pwede mo i-send. Pero para sa'yo, since mahaba man yan, mga ilang days yan. Char, ilang days.
See? Same lang din natin. So, dapat, ay ilan ba tayo? 5 tayo na?
5, oo. Kasama si Amat.
Dalawang reporter sa isang araw. Tapos, on the third day, isang reporter na lang, tapos quiz na.
Oo.
Exam theory.
Sa introduction ako nag-start. Para si, kailan ako, feel pop, pagka ano, Tuesday, pagka Wednesday, pagka Thursday ata. Ay, Thursday hindi, feeling kumakain ng parcel ng feel pop. No.
Thursday, oo.
ba last kayo?
Oh.
Pero ano, ay games. Games.
Summer system.
Nag-send na ba si Ma'am Pugi ng ano, ng activity? Nag-send siya?
Teacher na naman. Earth. Ito yung Earth systems, hindi na.
Earth, parang nakasali man yan. Earth systems. Classification of systems. Parang,
Kasi, troposphere, parang narinig ko sa group 3 man yun.
oo, sige, ano, kung ano man yan, kung troposphere na lang.
Parang hindi na ito sa atin. Astronomy ko, parang sa galaxies.
Parang umiitim naman eye bags ko, no?
Hmm?
Parang mas umitim na yung eye bags ko.
Kulang na ba yung tulog mo?
Hindi, mas madami pa rin tulog ko eh. Ano kasi, tumatanda na ako. So, naiintindihan ko na yan.
Kulang yan, right? Part sa life.
Pagka-teacher ko, maputi na ako in sa foundation. Dito sa bahay ko na to, ano, housation. By Thursday, maglalab. Ay, joke lang. By Wednesday. By Wednesday, maglalab. So, nagdadala na ako.
Oh, no.
Ba't Monday?
Pinanday natin yung sa ChatGPT.
Ay, 11:35 na. By 12, mag-ano muna ako, Day? Wash. Wash. Tapos, may ano ka ba? May walis? Walis ko lang. Kaya mag-pray na ako. Except 12. Pagkain mo na ako, Day? Kain ko muna ang baon ko. Kahit falling in love, falling in love. Wala, tupi na talaga. For what can I do for this? Caesar.
Ano pa rin yung
Nasasali siya.
Paano mo ba inaano sa AI?
Pinakapi. Picturean ko rin din, yun din.
Pero hindi na siya.
Pwede mo ba yan, Mano? Maya.
Nasasali ito for Wim Soyuz.
Ano yan? So sa AI to. Ay, nasasali lang AI? Kung yung serious only? Ang bilis man. Ang bilis naging 55 minutes. Oo, di ko alam. Ang parang, yung, alam yung 1 hour, parang 5 minutes lang yan. No joke. It's so, ano, matagal to siya, ano, matagal talaga to siya, ano, i-upload so far. Feeling ko pag mamaya,